Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Morrowind. It is good to be back, and it has been way too long. So, hopefully you checked out the mod talk video that I put out last week, where I went through and kind of detailed what mods I am now using for this Let's Play. Long story short, Morrowind Overhaul is out, and a few other ones are in its place. Game doesn't look quite as detailed, but runs much better. Anyways, I say it's probably been too long for any of us to remember actually what I was up to. So let's take a look at the journal. So this is where we currently are, Hearthfire, day 10, or day 26, I guess. The 10th of Hearthfire, day 26 on our journey. So, Caius says Telfir, Devaethfir's tower, is southwest of Sadrith Mora. Okay, so that's where we are now. We're in Devaethfir's tower. So then these are just directions, so water walk to get there. Okay, we got here. Use the guild guide at the Mages Guild to reach Sadrith Mora, then at the Wolverine Hall. Right, got it. So, Caius gave me levitation potions, since Telvanni wizards don't use stairs. Okay, fair enough. So let's look up information on Telfir. Oh, lots. Soundrin Irathi. Telfir is a Telvanni tower on an island to the southwest, close to the mainland. Let me mark it on your map. Look for a small tower, a dock, and a ship. The entrance to the tower is at water level on the northern tip of the island near the dock. In good weather by day, the tower is easy to see. If you miss the tower and hit the beaches of the mainland, walk back and forth along the beaches and look for the tower. It's clearly visible from the beach. Bring levitation potions, no stairs in the tower. Caius Casadus, Telfir, Devaethfir's tower is southwest of Sadrith Mora on an island of the southwestern edge of the Zaphirabel Bay. Here, let me mark it on your map. There's a dock but no boat service, so you must water walk, okay, from Sadrith Mora. Use the guild mage, okay, so that's all the same thing. Right, so, what actually is our quest here? So, Caius says that Ed Theman, Fast Eddie, or Eddie the Rat, is a former Telvanni wizard who's gone Imperial and joined the Mages Guild. Caius says Fast Eddie is colorful but unreliable, but he is a good source of inside information on Great House Telvanni. Fast Eddie has a small house in Balmora. Okay, so we're gonna need to check out Fast Eddie's place. Right. But right now, we are in... Ooh, there we go. So right now we're in Tower Telfir. So we want to find the... I'm assuming like the Grand Wizard in here. Is that kind of what we're doing? Oh, right. I'm looking for a cure for my Corpus disease. In my last mission with Caius, I ended up getting poisoned. Well, I guess it's not really poison, more of just a straight-up disease. So, yeah, we came here because we're looking for a cure for that. And nobody wants to talk to us until we've gotten that sorted out. So, that's kind of where we stand. Bete Fear. Hello.
I don't have a lot of patience for questions, Outlander.
Oh, fair enough. Let me double check, make sure I have subtitles turned on for you guys. There we go. Yes, so let's have a conversation. Have you come to plunder the dungeon, or have you got Corpus disease? That one. It's that one. Or did you come to see Devaethfir? Oh, that one too. I'm Bete Fear. I'm the wife of Devaeth. Let's talk about Corpus disease first. Everyone who gets Corpus disease comes to our Corpusarium. It's not very pleasant, but at least they're all fed and cared for, okay? So, tell me about Devaethfir. He's up above in his study. I hope you can fly. You can't get up there unless you can fly, or have potions. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, you could just put stairs in. Just saying. So what's this dungeon you're talking about? You'd be surprised how many people come in here trying to steal Lord Fear's treasures. He does have quite a collection of relics and artifacts, but he keeps them down in the Corpusarium. And who wants to risk catching Corpus disease? Not to mention, who wants to get ripped in half? Pity. We don't see many good thieves here, just the stupid ones. Interesting. So, I guess Oh, right. So the dungeon you're referring to is the tower. I'm not going to be plundering you guys. Alright then, so how can we get up to talk to Devaeth? Let's see if we can find a spot with an opening. That leads down, so I'm feeling like that might not be the place we need to be. Here we go. We can go up at least a little bit. Hall of Fear. Okay. Ah, and that's how we need to get up there. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. There's probably some good reading to be had here. Servant's Skull. That's upsetting. Grand Soul Gems. Okay, interesting. Some Iron Dagger, Lesser Soul Gem. I'm assuming that this would all be considered stealing, so let me just, can I just read the books? Yeah. Journal has been updated. Okay, with what? I've read the Pilgrim's Path and marked the location of each shrine on my map. Neat. Okay, Consolations of Prayer. Interesting. Lives of the Saints. And what's this one? Sarione's Sermons. I can't even remember what books I have and haven't read. I know I've read that one. Affairs of Wizards. Interesting. Grasping Fortune. True Noble's Code. And the Anticipations. I know I've read that one like 100 times. Eastern Provinces. Okay. Ancestors in Dunmer. And yeah, I've read that one. Frontier Conquest. Adrian Data. Okay. Just because, you know, I mean, we're in a wizard's tower. There's probably some pretty good reading to be had here. Homilies of Blessed Almalexia. And the Book of Dawn and Dusk. I know I've read that one. Okay. So what do we have over here? Not Master's Quarters, I'm assuming. It's a little bit unelegant to be the Master's Quarters. Corpus Weepings. Okay, it looks like snot. Devaeth's Chest of Drawers. Can I just take a look and see what's in there? Alright, just a bunch of stuff. And pants, okay. Level 10 Trapped Chest. Well, we're not here to steal from them. Cozy Little Fire. And the Lunar Lorcon. Ooh, I should rest and meditate on what I've learned. Okay. I don't suppose I can use that bed, though. Would they be upset if I did that? Ooh, they do not mind. Yeah, let's rest until healed, and, I'm probably gonna get attacked by assassins, aren't I? You have ascended to level 7. You resolve to continue pushing yourself. Perhaps there's more to you than you thought. Alright, so, let's see, what should I increase? My strength is actually pretty high. I'm thinking that. Okay, no assassin. Very cool. Right, so, I know, I keep hitting tab for the menu, I know that Caius gave me some levitation potions, so I just need to figure out which ones that is. Is it Rising Force? Slowfall. That'll be good for getting down. Potion of Light? No, I think that actually does exactly what it says, and just summons a light ball around me. Right. I'm pretty sure it's Rising Force. There we go. And there we go, now we're flying. Okay. Hello there. Don't mind me just slowly climbing up your tower.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, sorry. I'm gonna talk to you anyways. I suppose you want to speak to Devaeth Fear. Have you got Corpus Disease, or were you planning to plunder the dungeon? Do you have anything more to say about Corpus Disease? If you've got the disease, go down to the dungeon with all the other monsters. Oh, well, okay. Can you tell me about Devaeth Fear? He's in his study. He's busy. He's always busy. Good. Well, then he won't mind me bothering him. Ooh. Is that a massive soul gem? I'm not quite sure.
Say what you want or go away.
I'm gonna say what I want. Say, that's an interesting Dwemer piece you have there. What can you tell me about it? Offer the Dwemer artifact as a gift. Politely show him the piece, then put it away. I'm not sure which one he's referring to. You know what? If we want this man to cure us of corpus disease, let's get him to like us. Ooh, yeah, he really liked that. A gift for me? How thoughtful. And shrewd. Hey! I suppose you know I am a collector, and that such a gift is bound to please me. I congratulate you on your diplomatic skills. So, why have you tried to butter me up? Come to consult the great Devaeth Fear? You have the divine disease. I wouldn't call it divine. Want to plunder the dungeon or leer at my daughters? Ooh, that's... Don't give that offer to anybody. That's just kind of creepy. Right, tell me about corpus disease, or as you call it, the divine disease. The magical principles of corpus disease are elusive and miraculous, far more subtle and powerful than any conventional sorcery or enchantment. I'm persuaded that it is in some manner the curse or blessing of a god, perhaps both a curse and a blessing. The victim, of course, cannot appreciate the marvelous nature of corpus. It saps the mind and destroys the body. But to a wizard, it is profound and a glorious mystery, a riddle worth a long lifetime of study. So if corpus disease, tell me a little bit more about that. I'm wondering if it'll be different from divine disease. How interesting. Did you know that corpus makes you immune to disease? Have you ever heard of the prophecies of the Nerevarine? Ashlanders say the Nerevarine will be immune to disease. I've always thought maybe I have the Nerevarine down in my corpusarium and I don't even know it. Ha! The Nerevarine is a fat, disgusting corpus monster and mad as a marsh rat. Wouldn't that be funny? No, I can't say I find that too amusing. Explain that you may fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. Tell him you know nothing about the Nerevarine prophecies. I kind of feel like if I tell him I may fulfill the prophecies, he might be upset with that, because the Nerevarine, if I'm remembering correctly, is a very... It's a myth, I suppose, or a legend that's very dear to the Dark Elves. But, I mean, Caius says we kind of fulfill it, so where's the harm? That's a fascinating story you tell. So, you might be the Nerevarine. Means nothing, of course. Corpus victims have all sorts of delusions, but let me think. I've got a potion. In theory, it should cure corpus. Doesn't work, though. Probably kill you. Killed all my test subjects. But you've got nothing to lose. Before I give it to you, I want you to look around below in the corpusarium. Know what's in store if you don't take the potion. And while you're there, I want you to pick up a pair of boots from a victim. Calls himself Yegrum Begarn, my oldest patient. Handy fellow, fixes things for me. Bring the boots back, and then you can have the potion. Okay. Tell me more about your corpusarium. I collect victims of the divine disease in my corpusarium in the caverns beneath my tower. Poor devils, wretched existence, constant pain, ferocious appetites and passions. No reason at all. Mad as marsh rats, but marvelous too in their way. Completely immune to disease. Live forever, barring accidents. Ancient wizards need projects to keep them occupied, and the corpusarium is mine. Okay. It's just that you don't sound like you're actually trying to help them, and more like you're just filming some sick torture dungeon fantasy. Okay, I think... Alright, tell me about plundering the dungeon. When you live for thousands of years, you need a hobby. Something you love always sparks your interest. I collect treasures and invite thieves to steal them. I'm a collector and a sportsman. I collect enchanted items and ancient artifacts. Have quite a few Dwemer pieces, and as a sportsman, I love letting thieves try to steal my well-guarded treasures. Only a few rules. 1. Don't hurt the inmates. 2. Don't hurt my daughters. My warden and guards can look out for themselves. Okay, that's interesting. So, tell me about your daughters. It sounds like they work in the Corpusarium? Not bad for something born in a jar. Well, I mean, nothing against it. It's just, you said it so casually. Charming and talented. Not daughters, really. Well, that's just mean. A little project, a side benefit of my researches into corpus disease. Made them myself from my own flesh. Okay. You're just... The more I talk to you, Deveith, the more disturbing you become. Nice, aren't they? Elfir, Betefir, Deltefir, and Oopsie. Pretty sure it's not pronounced Oopsie, but that's what I'm gonna call her. Quite a comfort to me in my old age. Now that's the thing. Betefir, who I met down below, didn't she call you her husband? Am I imagining that? Betefir is the sweet one, eager to please and be pleased, an excellent cook and lovely singing voice. Alfe is the sharpest of my girls, in wit and tongue, gets on my nerves sometimes, but conflict is the spice of life. Delte is the efficient one, organized and orderly. She acts as our steward, manages accounts, maintains supplies, keeps the tower and corpusarium running. And tell me about... Oopsie. She is the girl with the biggest heart. She takes care of the inmates of the corpusarium and helps with my research. Right. Well then, it sounds like Oopsie is going to be the one who will be the most interesting to talk to. At least the one who... Oops.
Spit it out or hit the road.
Yeah, I can see why maybe this one might get on your nerves. Right, what else do we have up here? Just some pots and pans, nothing important. And over here, just some supplies, it looks like. And on this side, a closet. Lock level 100. Wow. Okay, I don't suppose I could drop here without taking damage. We're gonna find out. Ow. I mean, that wasn't too bad. It's just have a little lie down and shake that off. Okay, there we go. So, now we need to just head into this dungeon, where apparently Deveith just leads thieves and says, go for it. Steal the dungeon treasures. You might die, but, I mean, I guess he's at least upfront about it.
What is it, peasant?
Wow. You're all just a bunch of elegant, wonderful people. Right, let's, My name is Deltefir. Did you want to see Deveith Fear? Have you got corpus disease, or are you another questing hero looking to plunder the dungeon? Tell me about Deveith. Lord Fear is in his study. I'm sure he won't mind being disturbed. We get few visitors here. You can levitate, can't you? The study is on the upper level, accessible only by the central flywell. I'm afraid we aren't set up to accommodate barbarians or peasants, understand? Go up the ramps to the Hall of Fear, then walk around looking up until you see a shaft above you. Then levitate up the shaft, then look for Lord Fear in his study. Okay, yeah. Did that. Already did that. Bronze door to the Corpusarium. Ooh. I'm hoping we're not going to need this. Friendly, I hope?
Must you make a pest of yourself?
Okay. I am Vistha K, Warden of the Corpusarium. I am here to warn you, do not harm the inmates. If you come to plunder the dungeon, you must endure their attacks and take your chances with me, their warden and protector. Okay, I'm not here to plunder the dungeon. Tell me about being a warden. I'm the guardian and peacekeeper of the Corpusarium. I have spent long years in service of Lord Fear, first as a slave, then as a free hireling, and now as a friend and partner. He has been kind and generous to me, and I take his interests and the interests of those he shelters to heart. The treasures of his dungeon are open to sport according to Lord Fear's whim, and you're welcome to try to steal them, but I too find sport in hunting thieves. You guys have a very interesting setup down here, don't you? Very interesting.